What if I told you that the worst food poisoning scandal in fast casual history actually made a company billions of dollars richer? In 2015, Chipotle's E.coli outbreak nearly destroyed them. Stock crashed 45%. Customers fled. Media called it corporate suicide. But this disaster became the greatest business comeback story of the decade. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Chipotle turned their biggest crisis into their biggest competitive advantage. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe because we're breaking down hidden business strategies that billion-dollar companies use. Now let's go back to October 2015. October 2015, Seattle. 55 people get violently ill after eating at Chipotle. E.coli bacteria. Within weeks, cases spread across 14 states. Over 500 people hospitalized. CDC launched a full investigation. Chipotle's stock price crashed from $750 to $400 in 2 months. That's $8 billion in market value gone overnight. Sales dropped 30%. Restaurants that used to have lines out the door were suddenly empty. The media attacked relentlessly. CNN called it Chipotle's nightmare. Wall Street Journal questioned if they could survive. Social media exploded with horror stories from sick customers. It looked like game over for the burrito giant. The crisis got even worse when copycat lawsuits started pouring in. Law firms across the country began advertising specifically for Chipotle victims. The company faced over 100 individual lawsuits demanding millions in damages. Their insurance costs skyrocketed. Food suppliers started dropping them. It wasn't just a PR nightmare anymore, it was an existential threat to their entire business model. But while everyone watched Chipotle burn, their executives were planning something unprecedented. Most companies would hire a PR firm, issue an apology, and hope it blows over. Chipotle did something that shocked the entire industry. February 8, 2016. Chipotle closed every single one of their 2,000-plus restaurants for 4 hours. Simultaneously, this had never been done in restaurant history. Cost: over $15 million in lost revenue for one afternoon. Investors thought they'd lost their minds. This wasn't a PR stunt. They flew in world-class food safety experts, retrained all 64,000 employees at once using live video feeds, implemented safety protocols that went far beyond FDA requirements. They rebuilt their entire food preparation system from scratch using military-grade standards. Here's the genius move nobody talks about. They made everything completely transparent. Published their 65-page safety manual online for everyone, including competitors. Invited health inspectors for surprise visits. Created a documentary about their transformation. Started a blog detailing every change in real time. Most companies hide their problems. Chipotle made theirs public. This triggered something called the vulnerability effect. When someone admits mistakes openly and shows how they've changed, people trust them more, not less. It's counterintuitive but hardwired into human psychology. Think about it. After 2016, Chipotle had the most advanced food safety systems in the industry. While McDonald's and Taco Bell used 1990s protocols, Chipotle had cutting-edge technology that cost over $300 million to implement. They became safer than every competitor by a massive margin. The timing was perfect. This happened right as consumers demanded unprecedented transparency from companies. Surveys showed 73% of consumers would pay more for transparent businesses. Chipotle had positioned themselves at the forefront of this cultural shift. But here's what made their comeback even more impressive. While Chipotle was rebuilding, their competitors were dealing with their own food safety issues. Taco Bell had multiple E.coli scares. McDonald's faced salmonella outbreaks. Subway was hit with listeria problems. Yet none of these companies adopted Chipotle's transparency approach. They stuck to the old playbook of denying, deflecting, and hoping people would forget. This gave Chipotle a massive competitive advantage that lasts to this day. By 2017, sales weren't just recovered, they were growing 20% faster than before the crisis. The stock didn't just bounce back to $750, it exploded to over $1,900 by 2021. That's 150% higher than their pre-crisis peak. Here's the mind-blowing number. Today, Chipotle's worth over $50 billion. more than McDonald's and Burger King combined. A company that almost died from food poisoning became the most valuable fast casual chain in history. Why did this work when similar crises destroy other companies? 3 reasons. First, they didn't just fix the problem, they became the industry leader in food safety. Second, they turned vulnerability into strength through radical transparency. Third, they aligned with changing consumer values at exactly the right moment. The E. coli crisis forced Chipotle to become what customers wanted before customers knew they wanted it. They became the safest, most transparent fast casual restaurant in America. While competitors still deal with food safety scandals, Chipotle sets new revenue records every quarter. So remember Chipotle's story. Sometimes the biggest disasters create the biggest opportunities, but only if you're willing to completely transform instead of just survive. The companies that thrive after crisis use their failures as fuel to become something entirely new. What other company comebacks should I analyze? Drop suggestions in the comments. If you want more hidden business strategies, subscribe with notifications on, because I'm breaking down incredible business stories every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.